thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon. If you enjoy this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hollowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hollowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more stories like this possible.
Fuck. Really? Do I have to say that? All right, fine. Fuck. Oh. Previously on Under a Blood Red Moon. So, after we left Chicago, we headed to Vancouver, Canada, because Jupiter and Bear told us the city was in trouble, and apparently that's, our fucking problem. The air in Vancouver felt really weird and made the others tired on the ferry out to the island, and that cairn is warded out the ass. I almost didn't think we'd be able to get through to meet anyone at all, but when we did, it turns out that place is like a spirit playground or some shit because they were everywhere. We got taken to meet their dickwad elders, and one of them stared at me like she wanted her eyes forcibly removed from her head. I only didn't because I didn't want to get blood all over my jacket. Anyway. They said something named a Vulnus attacked the cairn and that it was like a cross between a Nexus crawler, like the one that we heard about in Chicago, and a worm-corrupted fire spirit. But I don't fucking buy it. They also said they want us, of all fucking people, to help them renegotiate deals between them and the other seps in the area and to reestablish the compact between them and the fucking leeches, all while they're hiding a Grawl from us somewhere on the island, even though Bear fucking told us to find him, the bitches. Then, as we were leaving, some bitch got into my head and told me to find someone named Lydia Ashworth. I don't know. Maybe it's the bitch who couldn't keep her eyes to herself and she wants me to fuck her up. Or maybe it's someone else who just needs to die. Oh yeah. We also had visions in our sleep, and mine is that Juno chick who's apparently like my ancestor or whatever. I don't know. But it made me think it was time to maybe tell the pack about what happened back in Chicago. So I fucking did. Now everyone is throwing out these crazy ass theories about planets and shit. Whatever. So there it is. That's what happened. Happy now?
Hi, my name is Arinoth, and I'm playing Twice Lived, the Hamid Get of Fenris Philodox.
Hi, I'm Bloodied Porcelain, and I'm playing Junkyard-Bitch, the Hamid Bonar Theurge.
Hi, I'm Bookkeeper, and I'm playing Charlie Fang-Banger, the Hamid Glasswalker Galliard.
Hi, I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Eyes in the Dark, a Metis Shadow Lord Arun.
Hi, I'm Vironz, your storyteller for this evening. And yes, JB, I am happy now. We begin today where we last left off, with you guys having just woken up and you were outside the Winnebago and having talked a little bit. You set your goal, one of your goals for the day, to hunt down whoever the fuck Lydia Ashworth is. Now, you do have some coordinates that you checked on the big black book of names. And I'm assuming you guys will be making your way there.
Yep. Everybody up and ready for a hike?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to hike?
I'm not going to drive Winnie all over the island. We'll catch hell from the old parts of the Great Cairn.
Did we rent a bicycle?
Fine.
If you can convince JB to ride a bicycle, yes.
JB?
No.
That's kind of what I figured. Let's get to stepping.
All right.
Very strong and emphatic no. All right, well.
Charlie does hum Lydia the Tattooed Lady while they're walking.
All right. Well, you guys are going to be going, well, for quite a while. So it did say she's kind of up in the mountains on the island. You guys did take Winnie to the kind of closest point that you could get to, which is Courtenay Island, which kind of does lead to another ferry, but it doesn't go to actual Vancouver City. And then you see the mountains kind of behind you, and they're taller than you would think, but they don't exactly match up what, you drove by in, the States. It isn't as impressive. You then begin your hike through the state park, or not state park, the provincial park. And can I have people make stamina, athletics, or stamina and survival, whichever is better, at Div 7. It isn't exactly an easy hike climbing up a mountain.
I assume we're all in our Hamid forms.
For now, yes.
JB is struggling, but she's doing better than Charlie.
One of our city wolves is doing well.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus Christ! Twice, twice,
hey.
3 10s, a 9, and an 8. Goddamn!
This
Okay.
is jogging around the rest of us.
I was prepared.
The oldest one, the Boy Scout of the group.
I swear to God, if he looks any more smug, I'm gonna have to heal him before the day's out.
That's fine. He can carry me. Shit.
So, where the fuck did all of these bugs come from?
Probably the trees. Maybe the ground.
As I'm not sure sarcasm's good for your health right now.
Definitely not.
I don't know that he's being sarcastic. That's the honest answer.
Charlie, more than anybody else, is getting bitten by, like, mosquitoes and just has a lot of, like, bugs around him.
Twice goes to do another slight lap around us, around everyone, and JB jumps up on his back, like piggyback style. You get to carry me, just for
right.
looking so fucking pleased with yourself.
Just letting
sure that's
Charlie
cheating.
suffer here.
It just feels better out here than it does in most cities.
No, it doesn't.
It's all right, Charlie. You can hold my hand. I'll drag you along.
I'll get by eventually.
Eyes just keeps an eye out for any opportunity that he can to try and help Charlie over an obstacle or through a rough patch.
Yeah. With you guys hiking through and Charlie taking, not taking the lead is in fact in the very last in order.
Is there anyone else around this?
Not right now. You're not
this.
exactly taking the most direct route, but you're not entirely away from human society at the moment.
I am spending a point of rage to assume lupus form.
Okay. Do you want to reroll?
Sure.
Same difficulty.
If you can't make it like that, I'll just throw you.
Having heard that, I will spend a point of willpower.
Imbued with confidence. And it serves you well. And now, Charlie, in lupus form, is keeping pace with, well, a slightly better pace than Eyes, but only by virtue of being in lupus form. You guys are making your way up the mountain and going towards where the coordinates are on the map from what the book said. And you can kind of see what might be your goal, which is this like kind of cave with some spiritual items, Native American stuff, kind of around the mouth.
This place looks important.
Can I have everyone make perception alertness rolls, difficulty 8, which is 6 for lupus.
For the purposes of the wolf site merit, would this be movement based or?
Yes.
2 successes. Oh,
Nada.
3 successes. Uh-oh.
twice, my guy. Used
You
up
win
all
some,
your
you
luck
lose
on that hiking roll.
Did.
I mean, it would have been decent if it were at standard or 7, but you guys are just a bit far away enough. You can tell that there is a lot of like crow's feathers kind of like adorning strings on the mouth of the cave, kind of with these they look maybe silver laced, some of the strings. You can it's just a like slight glint in the coming from the sun that you can kind of see that's catching in your eye.
Let me down.
And he'll let her down.
JB drops about a foot.
It's a substantial height difference.
Yep. she's itty bitty by comparison, so
What's going on here?
you could see that there is a moment where when JB's feet hit the ground where she kind of stops and she looks it twice and like her eyes meet like his chest and then she looks upward. Like it's for the first time she's started to kind of recognize just how much smaller she is than him. It doesn't seem to like dampen her like I'm a badass way of carrying herself. But there's certainly a moment where there's maybe the tiniest bit of like self-awareness on her face before she looks
brow a little bit.
before she kind of rolls her shoulders when he quirks her brow at her and doesn't say a word but turns back to the cave. Is there like something I can roll to try and figure out like what the feathers with the silver and stuff means?
And can I try and figure out when the last time someone was here?
For JB, go ahead and roll intelligence and rituals. For last time somebody was here would be perception. Got to go for survival again.
Does creative logic or mystic specialty apply?
Mystic would be the closest.
All right, JB, this is what you're good at. That is 9 dice. What's the difficulty?
If this would be standard difficulty for you. This is stuff you routinely know. You just don't maybe know the exact way this is done.
Is it standard on that survival roll as well?
7.
You got it.
That'll be 4 successes.
Okay.
And 2 successes on figuring out when the last time someone was here.
Okay. So the feathers and string, specifically that part, is probably closest to appeasement of a spirit that might be around this area. Given that it's crow's feathers, you might assume that there are some crows out for protection around here. And that maybe there is also some like rights and warding attached to this, kind of to warn whoever lives in the cave that somebody is at the cave. As for the last time somebody was around here, it's kind of hard to tell, but you do end up noticing that somebody was just a tad bit sloppy in the way that they were like kind of traveling along the same way that you were. And you can tell that they were here somewhat recently, maybe about a few hours ago.
Hold on. Someone might be in there.
Well, somebody probably lives here by the look of these. Those are appeasement, but warding too. Like a warning system.
They
Over
got back.
face bear. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, they got back not too long ago.
Over face bear, Charlie will say, well then, let's knock. And he will howl a howl of announcement, howl of introduction.
You wait, and you wait. There's nothing back.
I don't think you were loud enough, and then I will try and do the same, but louder.
It's also the same thing. You wait and you wait, and you don't hear anything back.
Can I peek through the gauntlet?
Yes. Is that if or right now? Because you're in a pretty
Okay.
you're in a pretty wild Gaian area. Gauntlet isn't too thick here.
7, difficulty 4. That'll be 5 successes. JB's fine.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
even need her glasses.
So, yeah, there is mystic energy radiating off the like objects adorning the mouth of the cave. Is exactly what you're thinking. There is that line, kind of. It looks like what would be like a tripwire. You think the person who made it probably did that intentionally, kind of like in their perception, to make sure it looked like a tripwire. For anybody who knows the Umbra and stuff like that, they know to probably just avoid this. usually meaning they're a bit safer.
Are there any
That or she's
spirits hanging
cocky.
around? Says that there's stuff put up for appeasement, so...
Can you roll perception alertness again?
What?
Diff 7.
Spending a willpower.
Okay.
5 successes.
Whoa.
Didn't need to spend that willpower.
There's this crow in one of the trees, kind of closer by you, looking at you, looking between you and the cave quickly. Then it settles on your pack as a whole. It's kind of sitting there waiting. This doesn't look like a standard crow spear either, I should say. It has a slightly more golden tint to it.
With my specializations and my spirit spirit magnet and all that stuff, is it safe to say that I know how to greet this particular spirit respectfully?
Yeah, you have a rough idea of how to.
Then I will do so.
It's gonna kind of bow its head at you.
And using spirit speech, is there one named Lydia Ashworth who lives here?
Doesn't respond. Instead, what it does is disappear as it vanishes from your sight.
JB lets out a frown and a heavy sigh. I love it when they can't be bothered to talk back.
Yeah, that really sucks. When they just frown at you.
She kind of glances over at Charlie, like she's vaguely aware he might be trying to say something about her, but she's like fixated on where the crow was. That she kind of turns back to the cave mouth.
You're still peeking?
Yeah.
There's a slight bit of golden thread that is beginning to fade there.
On the cave mouth?
On the tree where the crow was.
Does it look like something I should like grab onto or follow?
No.
Okay. Well, then I don't know what to do with that.
All right, let's go say hello.
That's a ward. I wouldn't.
What could it do?
Given the power I see coming off of it, it only looks like a tripwire.
Well, if it's meant to look like a tripwire...
I'm
they
saying it
trying to
looks
hide
like a
something
tripwire, but
good?
it's worse.
Oh,
Can I see a way to like disable it?
Yeah. I mean, you're able to... it's set up as a tripwire. So it's as obvious to you, you could very easily step over it.
Okay. I thought you said it was set up to look like a tripwire so that people would assume that that's the way you have to deal with it. Okay. JB, I guess we'll make a show of stepping over it, and we'll show people where to put their feet. So she's peeking and they're not.
eyes will follow the motions, doing the similar exaggerated steps, thinking that's just the right way to do it.
She won't correct it.
Yeah, do you continue to do that the further in you get?
I mean, no, like it's just about avoiding the immediate danger. So unless I see something else.
I'm asking eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as long as BP says follow me or is walking a certain way, he will do what she is doing.
All right.
He's not looking in past the gauntlet right now or through it, so he's assuming that she's guiding the right way.
The Umbra, like before, does seem a lot clearer here. Like it seems more tied. You would guess that this might be another kind of like opened space. And now you're kind of seeing a little bit more activity, as if there was some rite or gift used here recently that might have affected the Umbra. And when I say recently, I'm talking about within the last hour, and eyes are able to tell now that someone has been here in this cave within the last hour.
Eyes will relay that information. Watch your step.
Yeah, they used a right here when they were here. What the fuck?
Four-legs
What did
being
the ritual do?
What was Charlie gonna say?
Four-legs being a pain in the ass to go over tripwires, Charlie is going to assume Globro form. I'm just going to roll for that.
All right.
It takes me a bit.
Can I identify whatever ritual or rite was used?
Give me just 1 second. It looks like somebody had maybe begun or finished using Rite of the Open Bridge.
God damn it. JB says out loud.
What?
What's up?
They're fucking gone.
Yes, or else they would be here.
Yeah, no, I mean like proper gone, like jumped a moon bridge gone.
Oh.
And they told you to find them?
Someone did.
Can we follow them?
No, I would have to know where they went. I'm fairly certain, says the player who has not actually used that right despite having it. I'm reasonably certain you can't just identify where the bridge goes.
Well, if you don't need to identify it, you just make the magic happen again.
Yeah, no, it is specifically that you have to decide like what cairns you're going to travel between. Is there a path stone around here? With me peeking through the umbra?
Said Pathstone?
Pathstones are used in the Rite of the Open Bridge. They're a requirement. Pathstones are found in the Umbra, and they are often the objects of quests. These extraordinarily rare stones resemble flat pearls with the imprint of a wolf's paw on one side. It is possible to steal a pathstone from a cairn, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to see if there's one here and if I could use that to maybe identify where it goes.
Yes, and...
I'm not planning to steal it, I just want to see it.
Yeah, yes, there is one here.
No. If Eyes does that, JV sort of stares at him. No, that's literal blasphemy. And can start a war.
Eyes is not interested in taking anything. He's just looking around at this point, trying to sniff out, who this person was, where they went.
There was a lot of like mystic or occult looking things around. The further in you get, and you're kind of coming up to like the very end of the cave. Especially when you're like looking for the pathstone. Pathstone is kind of sitting on this like makeshift stone desk with a torch that is currently lit.
And it's in the Umbra. Are we in a cairn? Like that's typically how the moon bridge thing works. Mm-hmm. Is that it's from cairn to cairn. So is this considered a cairn? Can we feel that?
Yes. Does anyone need Gnosis?
No, not right now.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Yes, it is currently empty right now. This is a very weak cairn, but it's a cairn nonetheless.
Well, this is fucking weird.
No.
I was just gonna say, are there any clan symbols anywhere or anything that might tie it to a specific group at all?
Seems very Native American, very occult. If anybody wants to roll intelligence and occult, it's kind of, intelligence investigation, actually. I'll do that.
Does creative logic apply?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
It is going to be 6. Standard.
Eyes is going to assume first that it is Red Talon.
1.
2
successes from twice.
We are also clearly city wolves.
Oh, or none of you are entirely great at investigating shit. It would be probably easiest to theorize as they're kind of known for being secretive people, typically, is the Uktena. They're known for holding the most secrets, known for very mystic stuff, and they don't like to share that very often. And as you all are kind of like looking around and all coming to this conclusion, you hear a woman clear her voice.
JB will spin to look to see who made the noise.
You know that bitch?
Her eyes immediately fucking narrow when she sees her.
Who is that?
You all recognize her.
Is it the one that was staring JB down during the meet and greet?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I know I said you know that bitch as a question, but you know that bitch. What are you doing touching my stuff?
Nobody touched shit. We just came inside because we yelled and nobody answered. And you
That's
told me
fair
to find
assessment.
you. I assume you're Lydia.
Correct. Daughter of Jupiter.
What I found, or could tell, somebody's here about an hour ago.
Was that
Indeed,
you?
I was. I was here about an hour ago. I had business to attend to, and now I am back.
Welcome back.
You didn't set off any alarms, which I take it means that you all were smart enough to look.
Tried talking to spirit outside, but it didn't answer me. Just disappeared.
What spirit outside?
A crow. Kinda goldish.
Gold, you say?
A little bit, yeah.
I've been wanting to talk to him for a while.
He
Surprised he was
didn't answer.
watching today.
Well, he was. So what do you want?
I need to make a roll. Give me a second.
Do I know what I want?
Oh, she knows. She knows what she wants. She doesn't know if it's the truth yet. Fucking barely knows it. God damn it. Juno. Do you know who she is?
Kinda. Not like I ever met her or anything.
Oh no, she's before your time. How much have you talked with her?
I haven't. I get dreams.
From?
She shrugs a little bit. I don't know. I assume from Jupiter? Maybe from Bear? Jupiter
What's your
told me
tribe?
about her. Bonar?
Jupiter chose your kind. How interesting. Doesn't usually favor your kind. Then again,
Okay.
Neptune doesn't always favor me.
Okay, that's twice you used the term your kind. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do it again.
Aren't we
Apologies.
all the same kind?
In a sense. Different beliefs, I guess.
Can I try Scent of the True Form?
Go ahead. Or wait, sorry, you don't need to roll. She's Gar.
Over face Bear in order to kind of like fill in the question in Eyes' question. She means tribe.
Oh,
Neatest way of saying it.
always the differences.
JB sort of folds her arms over her chest. So, what do you want? You told me to come. I'm here.
I sense you're missing something. That's why I was looking at you.
Yeah, patience. Can we get to the point?
She smirks at you. Well, we could. Or I can make you search around a little bit more. Do you like to search for things? Or do you like to get straight to the point?
I've already said I'd like to get to the fucking point.
Is this like a treasure hunt kind of thing? A scavenger hunt?
Well, it might be for the rest of you. She just needs to tap into the memories.
Oh, that's not fair.
Got any guidance on how that can happen? Maybe.
What fucking memories?
Juno's.
I didn't even know that Juno existed until a few days ago, so I don't think I have any of her fucking memories.
Have you tried remembering?
What did I just say? She stares over at Eyes.
Eyes shrugs.
Well, she'll share in due time. Probably, most likely. If not, then you can come back for answers.
I swear to Gaia, you did not just have me hike all the way up a fucking mountain to talk to you so that you could get me to, or so that you could tell me that I need to fucking leave and come back later if I don't find answers on my own.
Could we maybe have an answer now?
You're still looking in the Umbra, correct?
Yeah.
She's resembling that of an ice elemental now. I would like to teach you. You just need to learn. You're not there yet. I thought you were yesterday, but apparently you're not. Your heritage gives you certain gifts that you can learn how to tap into. And not just because you are part electricity, not because of the spirit you have now bound within the ink that is on your skin, but because of the heritage that Juno sacrificed. She sacrificed it here.
JB officially looks a little bit spooked as she glances around her.
In this cairn or on this island?
In a sense, it could be both, but more or less the island in particular. This is my own personal cairn.
It's homey.
It serves this purpose. Being of my rank involves certain duties to the Sept, but one wishes to get away.
A little bit of solitude. Would you be willing to at least tell us what you know about Juno? So that we might have an idea of how to start? And I can roll, would it be expression to try to move it a little bit?
You're trying to convince her?
Yeah.
Manipulation expression works, yeah. To 7.
Awesome. Does my supporter merit come into play? It's -2 to social rolls, but it doesn't really give conditions in the merit text.
Sure.
Alrighty. 4 successes.
I'd go search the site of, well, where the worm pit was. Instruction of where the casino was going to be. Start there. And
Hey, hold up.
Oh.
You asked JB to come here.
Mm-hmm.
She gets here, says you want to teach her. She's not ready yet, so we need to go somewhere else and do something else and then come back. Now, before we go on this little fetch quest of yours, what is it exactly you're going to teach her?
Might be how to send people on fetch quests.
Eyes? Give me a minute, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Since she is tied to a planet, it's going to teach her how to get in touch with it and take one of its benefits. Something that I had learned myself quite recently. Seems that the planets are becoming awake.
And is it your... So what I'm taking from this then is she can't learn that right now?
She's not ready.
According to whom?
Me. I put it to you to find someone else who is in line with our own heritage. I put it to you to find someone on the other Celestine, or the Incarna.
I'm just getting to know with whom I am dealing.
Do I know, like, what she is promising to teach me? Because, like, I've already communed with a Celestine before. That's not new to me.
She might be might be willing to be teaching you, like, a gift of your Celestine or the Incarna.
Okay.
And it might not even be particularly Jupiter's if you don't want. But it would still be in line with, Jupiter's wishes. She would make sure of that. Now, Mr. Fang-Banger, I do appreciate you looking out for your friend, shall we put it? Packmate, a little bit more.
Maybe his eyes narrow again.
Go on, keep talking smug. This gets better the more you run your mouth.
I appreciate you looking out for her.
But
There is no but. You don't hold all the information yet, and neither do I. Now, I don't necessarily agree with how the other elders treated you yesterday, That does not mean you get to be so hostile with me.
You're the one wasting our time.
It might seem that way.
Kinda does at this moment. JB, is this something you want?
I don't know what she's fucking offering, so I don't know.
Well, she give us a lead on learning something about Juno. Place to start.
Let's just go.
What are we looking for at this former worm pit?
Memories, evidence she was there. It'll be there if you look.
How long ago was she there?
Out of character, JB would be able to estimate years based on what she's seen. Isn't it like 200 years ago?
Yeah, about a century or so.
I don't think it's come up a conversation with.
Yeah, no, that was me asking to make sure that I had the timeline right, like a century ago twice.
And he's gonna look at Lydia. Is anybody gonna argue with us being there? Do we need to get some sort of I don't know, token from you or something, so that if we say you directed us there, nobody's gonna pitch a fit?
And a slight blink of an eye, she is kind of appears right next to her desk. No, there isn't anything that needs to be done. You don't need a token from me. You don't need any symbol or agreement. You're just going to a construction site. It's open to the public. It's on the streets.
Just making sure with everything that happened recently, none of us are going to be intruding on something sensitive, so to speak.
The great Cairn and the smiling Buddha, Cairn, have done what is needed, what is necessary to maintain the veil. It's almost insulting that you'd be asking.
I think you might be misunderstanding. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead twice. I'm done.
I think you might be misunderstanding. War ain't really a gentle process. I'm not talking about a broken veil or any sort of insult. I just meant, well, we didn't get the best reception, and we're still pretty much strangers here. If we start poking around in the place that was emphasized as a worm nest, well, I imagine if anybody's keeping watch on it to make sure nothing is left in there or otherwise attracted to the place that wouldn't want to be there, that we won't look somehow suspicious or otherwise, what's the fancy word for it? Ne'er-do-wells?
I suppose that's up to you.
It's worth noting that while Twice was talking, JB has turned and is headed for the entrance to the cave. She's clearly over it.
Eyes has gotten distracted with whatever decoration she has around this cave and is going to pick up something and ask if he can have it.
No.
What about that over there?
No. I suggest you follow your leaders.
So only she gets the things? We have to... Okay, fine. All right.
I don't know. In the future, you might be getting stuff yourself.
But not from you.
Twice will walk over, pat him on the back. Eyes, let's head out.
All right, fine.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Think she'll notice if I just... No, not right. Eat it.
And Twice will start heading out with Eyes.
All right. Take it you all are leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
JB's already gone. JB's so fucking over it.
And considering that she's an elder, Twice will still give an appropriate goodbye. I don't know if there's a specific... I, as a player, don't know if there's a specific etiquette in leaving a cairn that belongs to an elder, but if there is, he'd follow it.
All right. I'll just say you do so. It's just a polite bow to her.
Got it.
As soon as everybody else has left the cave and we're all outside, JP will look over at Charlie and go, I hate it here.
I could roll a rock in front of the entrance to the cave.
She'd be able to leave anyway.
And that wouldn't get us the answers we're after.
I don't know that I want their fucking answers.
Thought we were looking for memories.
I get that Bear and fucking Jupiter sent us here, but they were vague as fuck, and I'm getting tired of dealing with the elders in the area.
Well, what I'm more concerned with is that feeling of missing a part of yourself that you described, and if getting memories of Juno will help get you that back, then that's what my focus is right now.
Storyteller, the casino at former Worm Pit is back in the city, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
There is the other thing that you can do on the island, which would be trying to find the Grawl. But
Right.
as for anything that you might be able to do about that, unfortunately, I don't think you have their name.
We do have Bear, though.
You do have Bear.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of things we need to do in the city, but before we do that, I turn to Twice and Eyes. So I say this with the understanding that if you find it, you're not going to try and bring it down. Eyes, I need you to hunt a bear.
We're supposed to hunt and not bring it down?
Given the spirit that watches over us as a pack, yes.
It seems dishonorable to bear. Surely we can wrestle a little bit.
Eyes, you are beginning to feel this burning sense in your chest.
We will see. I'll tell you what, if the bear wants to wrestle, knock yourself out.
I'm not sure if this is bear speaking to me or indigestion, but it seems that wrestling might not be on the table.
When I say this, it's not because I'm reluctant. It's just I ain't never really been accused of getting along with animals, especially something like a bear that tends to eat other animals. If it comes at us intending to attack, you want me
How
to
about we stop referring to a Grawl as an it?
I thought he meant wild bear as in actual
No.
bear, not...
We don't know if the Grawl is the only bear on the island, so we don't know who we're going to run into first. That's a fair question.
Yeah, I was under the assumption that you wanted us to find an actual bear.
Well, I'm hoping that looking for an actual bear will turn us on to a werebear. And if it turns out to be an actual bear, I'll see if I can talk it down.
Yeah, and if it comes at us aggressive, I was just going to say that if we find an actual bear that comes at us aggressive, I was just going to say I'll try to lead it back to you rather than fight it.
AB
That's
just
what
sort of
happens.
stares at Charlie for a long minute. What do you mean try and talk it down?
He puts on an almost shit-eating grin and goes, I speak bear. Come on, let's go.
You've been able to speak to animals this whole fucking time?
You didn't ask.
Well, we've
How
been
many
waiting
times
long.
have you seen me have to tap into the goddamn Umbra to talk to spirits to get them to talk to the animals when you could have just skipped the step in between?
Was that one time at the zoo?
Maybe he didn't want to step on your toes.
And she just starts stomping back down the path, looking like she's ready to fucking murder somebody.
Charlie?
Yep.
Just because it's relevant, your ability to talk to bears, that doesn't make them predisposed to like you and be willing to talk in the first place, does it?
No, but I'm amiable.
Well, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that if I bring an angry bear to you, it's not just bringing an angry bear to you. But we can see what we can do.
All right.
Going on a bear hunt.
You two take off. We'll JB and I will come up from behind.
Don't say it, as.
I'm not saying anything.
Too
And,
late. Face Bear already told me. Will you just go?
And Twice will go to shift into Lupus.
All right, fine. And Eyes will do the same.
You want us to roll for it, or do we got time?
You got time. Because you're not going into the city yet. You're not planning on doing anything else. It'll take about... I don't know. It takes just a tiny bit of time for you guys to change from Lupus.
Time to prowl.
And to save everybody some headache, go ahead and roll perception survival to like look for bear tracks. This is going to be standard difficulty.
And is that reduced by being lupus?
Yeah. So you're using both senses here.
Maybe I got it back. I got my luck back.
That goes out over face bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
that was. Yeah, it will.
Good
While
for
they're-
fucking you. That's all he gets back.
While they're out prowling very successfully, dang, Charlie will catch up to JB.
Don't even.
I was going to ask if you're okay.
I am on a fucking mountain in fucking Canada. I've done nothing but get faced down by bitch ass elders. And now I find out that I've been doing things the hard way for God knows, or for Gaia knows how fucking long, and you knew how to do it the easy way the whole time and just never bothered to mention it. No, Charlie, I'm not fucking okay. I'm sick and tired of people making me feel like I'm stupid.
You're not stupid. You're not stupid for doing what you did. What I do can't persuade them necessarily to do it. You have a rapport with spirits I do not have with animals. Just because I can talk to you doesn't mean obviously I'm any good at making you like me. Just because I can do what I do doesn't devalue what you did. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise, including you.
I work
kids in,
so fucking hard.
and those kids in Chicago were safe because you did. And there's literally no guarantee that I would have done it any differently or certainly any better. I don't think I would have.
I hate it here.
Well, you're supposed to. You're an American and it's Canada.
I'd rather be in Chicago right now.
That's serious.
At least I know what the lay of the land is there. Here it's just asshole elders and choose fucking references and getting treated like I'm some idiot kid no one thinks is ready, but everybody wants to talk down at the whole goddamn time. And I am so sick and tired of people saying you're kind every time they fucking talk about me.
We're gonna put
More
a
of
stop.
us than there are any other fucking tribe.
And we're gonna put a stop to that. I have the beginnings of a plan on how
You know,
we're gonna
you're
work
like
this out.
You know, you're like the only person in our fucking pack who is at all equipped to deal with the fucking politics that they're asking us to deal with.
Oh, I couldn't agree less.
I can't fucking talk to our kind. You saw how it went in there, and she wanted to talk to me. Kinda. She told me to be there anyway.
Let not your heart be troubled, my cute little green-haired there.
Call me cute again, I fucking dare you.
But you are.
You're in the
And
middle of fucking nowhere, Charlie. Nobody will hear you scream.
eyes will. His ears are really good. And I scream really loud. But you know that already. Anyway, at the end of the day, I don't think you're going to need to talk to them. But you're going to talk to the people who do. And that's what's going to make it work. Have faith.
Hedda draws a deep breath and lets it out. You are very lucky that you're a member of my pack.
Couldn't agree more.
What do you figure the odds are that Twice and Eyes get tangled up with a proper bear who wants to fight?
That they get tangled up with a proper bear, I'd give that even money. That wants to fight, 3-1.
JB swats a fucking bug that lands on her arm as they walk. And then, ow,
And over her face bear. How's it going, guys?
And we switch scenes. And to save us a little bit of a headache, it would occur to at least one of you in the pack that the people hunting might want to turn on, peek into the Umbra. That way they can at least get a hint of who is a, shapeshifter and who isn't.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
You pick in the you peek and I'll sniff.
Yeah, I'll peek.
So I need you to roll your Gnosis at diff 5. No, I said 4 earlier. It's 4.
Would you like me to do send to the true form?
I'm assuming for now you still have it active.
Yeah, but for anything that is not specifically Garu, it does take a roll for me to detect them successfully.
And for my Gnosis roll, that was 2 successes.
All right, so you are seeing in the Umbra, and go ahead and roll Scent of the True Form, and do use the lupus thing. So it's at well, so I guess in total it'd be diff 4.
Oh,
hell yeah!
You're able to pick up the scent of a girl in the area. It's a bit far away. And you're kind of leading eyes along, kind of as you're, with your snout to the ground, you're sniffing around, and you do pick up on the scent that smells like a shapeshifter, but isn't Garu, and it smells ancient. And as you keep going, it'll take about an hour as you kind of like pick up the pace in total, and you do come across where the scent is the strongest, but it does feel the air around it feels very different, and as you're looking, there are these like slight tears in the Umbra eyes.
Is anything coming through or peeking through?
No. They're like actually, I should say slight tears. They're kind of like scars, like something had torn through.
Something's been here.
But it does not feel worm tainted.
Right. Looking around on the Umbra, is there any sign of this Garol? Or is it just the scars that they left behind?
It would be... for now, all you can see and tell is the scars. I don't know if eyes would know if they rip open the Umbra, though.
That's fair.
You are welcome to communicate this over Faceware now as your other two packmates check in on you.
I think we found something. Twice got a scent. Picked up scars on the Umbra.
What do you mean scars?
Like something ripped through and then it covered back over. Healed up.
Given your roll from last week, I would say, and how high you rolled, you do know that Garal are rumored to traverse the Umbra differently than Garu, or to access the Umbra differently than the Garu.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Sounds like a girl to me.
See him around here. On the Umbra, at least.
All right.
Want me to step over and have a better look?
Might be good.
She'll look over at Charlie.
Hang tight till we get to you. We'll have JB take a peek around.
Understood. Twice, you see anything or just smell them?
Still following the scent, but I can wait for them to catch up.
Yeah, we'll hold down.
I will take it that you both change into lupus for purposes of speed.
Sure.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jog in Glabro.
I'll just spend the rage.
Okay. And it'll take Charlie a bit longer, but I'm assuming JB is kind of helping lead Charlie.
Yep.
Yeah. It takes guys a little bit longer, but only because you're leading Charlie a little bit, until you arrive where the rest of your pack is. And as you look around, again, the air feels different. The smell is different for Twice Lived. I'm not going to make you roll again to peek through. There are scars where something tore through.
And Eyes will point them out as best as he can, or their equivalent.
Is there any way for me to tell if they crossed from our side over to the Umbra, or if they were coming from the Umbra to our side of things? It's okay if the answer is no, there's no way to tell. I'm just curious.
Perception occult.
Okay. I assume Garu Lore does not apply.
Yeah, diff 7. Yeah, this is very much you kind of looking very mystically inside, like around these scars.
Again, I'm assuming Garu Lore does not apply?
No.
Okay. 5 successes. Fuck yeah, JB.
So, it definitely looks like they're crossing from, material to Umbra. And as much as it is a scar, it is, easily opened again, but you don't have the sense that you could do it. This looks like it would require bear claws.
So, it looks like it came from our side of the gauntlet into the Umbra, or it looks like it came from the Umbra into our side of the gauntlet?
Our side into the Umbra. Earth to Umbra.
It crossed from our side of the gauntlet over into the Umbra. So they are not here now.
Well then.
How do they... Is the scarring from them?
Yeah. They ripped their way through.
Can I learn to do that?
No.
You don't need to, big guy. Just
Looks so cool, though.
It's,
You look plenty cool, big guy.
So do you want us all to go over, or do you want me to step over and see if I can find them?
I can come with you.
Yeah, let's Charlie will pull his mirror shades out of his coat pocket and put them on. Sounds like a group trip. Sounds like a group trip kind of thing.
As you say that, you hear the heavy step and crunch in leaves. And as you guys hear that heavy footstep fall, crunch the leaves, you hear a low guttural growl as you all kind of turn to look somewhat behind you in a fashion.
JB will
You see
turn
a
in.
bear.
I think we found him.
I'm still looking through the Umbra. Is this normal bear or bear?
Is it the girl that I've been smelling, or
Yes, the smell is so strong now, and
twice will just say girl?
snorts and it's kind of starting to bare its lips a little bit, or bare its teeth.
Charlie will step forward a little bit, raise his hands. This is twofold actually. One, the humanoid part of the brain will recognize a we come in peace gesture. The bear, this makes you actually look bigger. And then speak to the bear with bee speech. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to take anything. We're not here to disturb you, except to ask you questions and to get to know you.
Behind Charlie, Eyes is in full-on wrestling mode, ready to go.
2 of you are in lupus form, correct?
Yeah, twice is still in
Yep.
this one.
So is JB.
Eyes will shift to Krynos in this if need be, but he is still lupus for now.
Probably don't go into your ward.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna
If
say,
need be.
if you're
But
gonna
we are
do that,
still
I
in
need
lupus.
to know now. Okay. So you're gonna bee speech allow. That's 2-way communication, right?
I believe so. Let me confirm
Here.
that.
I was gonna say, let me look that up.
You can only talk
yes.
to animals.
Instinctively understand and communicate with any natural animals. She need only speak normally to be understood by animals, along with the touch appropriate body language. No need to bark like a dog.
So, yeah, it's kind of hard to describe. In a bear voice, but slightly feminine, I don't trust you, is what the bear says.
Nor should you. Our kind have been cruel and unpleasant to you. We know this because Bear, Great Bear, favors our pack.
Which one? Which Great Bear?
Which player doesn't remember all of a sudden? Which face of the bear is it? Is it are we Ursa Minor or?
I don't believe you. We
I don't
have
think we ever picked one.
Yeah, I don't think we ever
just-
established
Okay.
it.
You just have
then-
the totem of bear.
Okay, then over face Bear. I will ask Bear. Hey, we haven't talked about this before. She's asking the question I don't know the answer to.
Would JB know the answer?
Oh, maybe in the depths of your mind you might. Diff 8 Intelligence Cult Garu lore will not help, nor will creative logic.
Okay. That's okay. I've still got 9 dice. Let's see how this goes.
And
1 success.
there is Ursa Major and Ursa Minor.
Uh-huh.
Ursa Major is the Great She-Bear Incarna,
Uh-huh.
and Bear has spoken to you in a somewhat masculine way.
So we're Ursa Minor then.
Most likely.
JB will provide over Face Bear, Ursa Minor.
Ursa Minor favors us and asks us to come here to help make peace.
Where are the others?
We are the only ones here right now. And we are the only ones who have been charged with by Bear to make peace. So we would need to go back to the others. We didn't bring anyone else with us today.
No.
What do you mean?
The bear is gonna kind of like go to a slightly more submissive stance and then like shake and is gonna like
Okay.
transform back into a woman. No others. No others. Don't.
No others. It's just us here today. It's okay. We're here to help. What's your name?
Ardra.
Argra. I'm Charlie. This is Eyes in the Dark, Twice Lived, and JB.
Does she look hurt?
She looks lost. You can see her looking to the trees as well.
But not physically injured.
No.
Twice will shift back into a Hamid.
She takes a step back as are all of you shifting back into Hamid?
No. Eyes will stay on Lupus, but as she looks to the trees, he will turn his back on the group and keep his eyes on the trees instead.
Okay. This JB shifting back to Hamid.
No, not if she looks more freaked out by Twice moving, then she'll stay the way she is.
Yeah, she's just gonna take a step back.
Instead, she will. JB will do something that she like never does. I don't think anyone even here has ever seen her do it. She will kind of hunker down, like lay on her belly and put her chin on her paws as like a not necessarily submissive sign, but an incredibly like I'm making myself small and vulnerable kind of gesture.
She seems slightly at ease.
Argra, I give you my word as leader of my pack. As long as we are here and we are talking, you are safe. We will protect you.
Give me. I don't trust that.
I understand.
Where are the others? And she's pointing to herself this time.
Oh,
Did make it? Did they make it?
Argra, what's the last thing you remember before today?
I woke up not long ago. Big disturbance. Language hard.
I'm sure it is. When did you go to sleep?
I what year is it? It's still 96, by the way.
It's 1996.
3 centuries.
Oh boy. Okay.
And over Face Bear, twice will say, I only smelled her. It's possible the others might still be asleep somewhere.
And back also over Face Bear. Nah, I don't. I doubt it.
Bear would have told us if there was more than one.
And there's a reason she doesn't trust us.
That around the time the thing happened?
She's every like when you guys are kind of like thinking and conversing to yourselves, she's kind of looking around the trees still.
Margaret, can we sit down for a while?
Sure.
Okay. Let's sit down.
She'll kind of like plop down exactly right where she is.
Charlie will take a seat. What's she wearing?
This is some very, very old Native American clothing. This is like deer pelt. She does look like she's shivering ever so slightly.
Are you cold?
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, we want you to be comfortable and to feel safe because you're safe with us.
I will be fine. Where is the bird? The messenger?
Charlie, everybody will hear over Face Bear. Does she mean the crow?
Maybe. We'll say to Arga, do you mean a crow with maybe a little sheen of gold around it?
I don't know about gold. They hate the shit.
I'm gonna shift back to Hamid now, if you could warn her so I don't spook her.
Okay. Arga, one of my pack is gonna shift to their Hamid form now.
She'll nod.
JB will sit up on her haunches, and then we'll shift back to her normal self so that she is sitting cross-legged on the forest floor.
Arga, I am also a little cold. Would you mind if we built a small fire?
Fine.
Thank you. Weiss, can you help us out?
Yep, on it. Will this be a survival roll?
Eyes.
Oh, sorry. Eyes is going to just slink into the woods at this point now, letting them do their thing. He's getting a little impatient and starting to trot around, sniff, see if there's anything coming our way.
Weiss will just start gathering what he needs for a fire.
Okay. Can I have you roll perception alertness? And I'm not going to tell you the difficulty.
Sure thing.
I would say JB, since JB is the one doing the talking, would probably notice Eyes isn't there at the moment.
You mean Charlie?
Since you aren't doing the talking.
Oh.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's bad.
Wow, that is really bad.
Really, really bad.
That's a botch, babe.
Yep. For a full re-roll, is that a willpower? Or is that just the 2 ones?
You only get to re-roll the 2 ones.
Cool. That's
yeah,
not
if you spend the willpower, it's the 2 ones. You can do the raised difficulty part, which might bite you in the butt since I'm also not telling you the difficulty.
No, I'll just do the regular re-roll those 2.
Okay.
We went from a botch to 1 success.
Yeah.
Assuming standard difficulty.
But yeah, JP does realize Eyes is not with the pack at the moment.
Over Face Bear, Eyes will hear, "Where'd you go?"
Tree line, walking around, looking, sniffing.
No sudden movements, okay, bud?
I'm making sure no sudden movements come your way.
And JB will kind of slowly shrug out of her jacket, and will take like half a step closer and then lay the jacket down where the she-bear can reach it, and then we'll settle back.
She'll take it and kind of look at it, and she'll put it on her lap, treating it like a blanket.
Oh, that'll work. As long as she's using it to keep warm. That was the concern. So JB is now here in a t-shirt with no sleeves and a short skirt, but whatever.
Her own t-shirt, Charlie's t-shirt.
It's Charlie's t-shirt still. It's the same one she was wearing yesterday.
Ah, okay. Messenger has been teaching me words.
Good. You're doing very well.
Is it the messenger? Is it a crow?
I think he doesn't usually transform in front of me. Name Louis.
Oh, I see. So it's a Farah, not a spirit.
No.
And she will say over Face Bear, there may be other Farah around eyes. Don't attack them.
Understood. I'll just warn you if I see him.
Do I need to roll anything to get the fire started?
No.
Okay.
It just takes you a few minutes, and you're able to take care of it yourself. If even it would be quicker if one of the other two help you, but they are very city wolves.
Twice as.
It would not be faster if Charlie helped you. He would
Same.
actively cause a problem.
Same.
Yeah, it would be active problems if they were trying to help you. I was trying to be polite.
That's fine. Twice will say over Face Bear, do you want to just confirm if that no was to your assessment as a whole, or if it was to confirming no, it's not a spirit? Because it was kind of a two-part thing that she gave one answer to. I'd rather not assume right now.
No, he's not a spirit, or no, he's not a Farah.
No spirit.
Over Face Bear. I was right.
Just wanted to be sure.
What do you remember? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, is helping, and she'll kind of like pull off from like her like what would kind of like be a belt. Like she has this like horn kind of like tucked in. She kind of like horn kind of herald, not herald, horn kind of like antler thing. She kind of like pulls out. Is helping Air and Skyring.
Do we have any idea what she's talking about?
She's holding out. I mean, it would be the easiest for you, and second to Charlie would be like you both realize, oh, she's holding out a fetish right now. This is a horn. It might have two spirits bound into it. Trying to find more, and she's pointing at herself again, but still holding onto the horn.
More Garal like you?
Yes.
We might be able to help with that.
And she looks sad, and like there are tears welling up in her eyes. I
Okay.
know where. Nowhere.
There aren't any nearby. No, probably not.
Out of character, when we met the elders, didn't they say that the girl that they knew of was a dude?
They
didn't give us a lot of detail, but I could have sworn that they referred to said girl as a dude, not a woman.
I thought they referred to the Goral as a pack of their own. Like there was more than one.
No, it was definitely only the one, because at one point they made the comment maybe there are more girl here than we thought.
they don't know because you were sent by your totem. They did. I do believe you're right. I think they did refer to him, refer to the girl that they know of as a dude. But it could also be they don't know how to sex a bear.
That's fair.
I'm sure they've got galliards.
That's not how you sex a bear.
No. You're
holding it
thinking
in.
of Fianna, not inherently galliards.
That's true.
I think JB would also understand that if these spirits can't find any girl, kind of within this area and are still looking, there aren't any nearby. She's, but to kind of like get back to the scene, she's just kind of like now pounding her fist in the ground, just going, Where?
Not here.
Why? Why?
Bradley kind of looks at the leaves and the flickering fire for a second. I'm gonna guess probably because of us.
She's gonna pick up a rock and throw it at you. It's not gonna hurt, but she's clearly grief-stricken.
I'm sorry.
Not fault. Not your fault.
The people whose fault it is are either dead or unlikely to ever apologize. So I can start with me.
More bear around.
There are resources we can use to try and find where the bears are, but not right here. Do you have a den here? Do you have a place you sleep? Is it safe?
Yes. Protected from you and others.
Okay, good.
And Louis. And find more
Okay.
bear.
Okay. And he's gonna pull out his little journal that he makes notes in, flip to the back, tear out a sheet, and he's going to draw the Winnebago symbol on the page. Give this to Louis. Tell him this is where the friendly pack sleeps, and Louis can find us there.
No gold?
Kind of thinks for a moment. No, we don't have that kind of money. No gold.
Good. Like silver. More bear. Shit. More bear.
It's okay.
She's looking angry as she's trying to search for this word.
Please?
Please. More bear. Please.
While that's happening, after JB gets the word that she's looking for, can JB like close her eyes and try to commune with Bear? Or at least tune out the immediate world around her so that she can focus on Bear? I know Bear's kind of always there for us.
Yeah. You kind of tune out the I mean, you being a Theurge, you know how to meditate quite easily, even in some of the most dire circumstances. You do kind of begin to slip into that state as you're searching for Bear. He kind of takes this shape in your mind. You imagine that he is kind of there in front of you or next to Argra.
JB will kind of, without really thinking about it or considering that other people might be watching, like the second she can picture Bear, her lips kind of quirk into a little smile, because she's probably more at home dealing with Bear than anything else. Are there others that you know of that we can point her to? Or is there something specific you want us to do now that she's awake? She's been asleep for so long.
The bird is teaching her. The bird is teaching her. At least the words of the world now.
Is the bird a Farah?
Given the fact that it's a messenger. Yes.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question. Are there others like her we can take her to, or that you want us to? What do you want us to do? You sent us here, but never told us what you wanted.
You found her. She's asked you to find more bears for her. I think she wants to mate in a desperate attempt to make more of her kind.
AB kind of blinks and looks a little shell-shocked, like that's not what she was expecting. You want us to play dating service for a girl? Okay.
No. Yes. It is what she needs. However, you can kind of hear him chuckle, somewhat embarrassed.
JB looks embarrassed. Nobody else can hear what's happening, but JB's face is going very red. JB's like, this is not where I thought this conversation was gonna go.
The ways in the past, there is a right that she has access to. She needs kinfolk.
Okay. Do you know if there are girl kinfolk nearby that we can find? Kinfolk are even harder to find than actual Farah.
You would need to search the island for bears and bring them closer to her.
Okay. This is so weird, Bear. You've asked us to do a lot of shit, but this is so weird.
I wasn't expecting this to be what she wanted. I expected anger, rage, destruction.
She's afraid and alone.
And
I know how she feels. I've been there.
Afraid, alone, and turned to mating.
Okay, well, if this is what you want us to do, we'll figure it out. Thank you.
I watched your conversation earlier.
Which one? JB's like, oh no, here we go.
And then I think for the whole pack, they'd hear the one with Lydia Ashworth.
Ugh, I don't want to talk about her.
Have you considered following her for information alone? Spying isn't necessarily in your nature, but
It's not exactly my skill set.
deception is useful.
Think about it. I'm not very good at deceiving people either, Bear. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm kind of an open book, but I'll see what I can do.
Blunt, to the point, sharp-witted.
Yes. Let's deal with what's in front of us first, and then I'll try and figure out how to deal with Lydia fucking Ashworth.
You feel his presence fade.
JB is still blushing and looks visibly a little uncomfortable, but over face Bear, they all go, you are not gonna believe what Bear wants us to do.
What does he want?
We have to find her kinfolk so that she can mate.
Does it have to be her kinfolk?
Eyes,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
You can't give her what she needs, Eyes. Sorry, bud.
Actually, Eyes, I got an idea of something
Oh no.
dorky but calming you might be able to do for her.
What's that?
How you like shaping stone into shit?
Yeah.
Make a little bear figurine for her or something, just to maybe try to make her like us more.
Give it a shot.
If it looks like a horror show, maybe we can keep it.
Aren't bears supposed to be scary?
She's been asleep for centuries, Eyes. She needs comfort, not to be made afraid.
Okay.
The intent is comfort.
Eyes will attempt to dip into his gnosis, pull a little bit of stone from the ground that he's standing on, and make it into something.
You do need a roll.
I will.
Also, given the size of what the gift says, little is going to be a little bit of an understatement.
Yeah, essentially it's like a little figurine, not bigger than your finger. 4 successes on 5 dice.
Oh yeah. No, it's in the shape that you wish it to be. Somewhat crude, but that's just because you're kind of working with stone here. Not crude in like a bad way. It's just
Right. Simple.
Yeah.
Eyes shapes it and works it, kind of palms it as he shifts back to Hamid to step out of the woods. Do I give it to her or do one of you?
Dan, you made it. Just make sure she sees you. Make sure she sees you coming.
Okay. Eyes will make sure that he steps out of the shadows and clearly into some sort of light before he approaches.
So, Lupus, Hamid form?
Hamid form.
Okay.
He was Lupus when he was in the wood, or went into the woods, and he steps out Hamid.
Okay. She hasn't seen you, Hamid.
Right.
She is going to shift into her bear form again, leaving your jacket on the ground, JB, as the bear growls.
That's Eyes in the Dark. He's a member of our pack. He's just taken his Hamid form.
Was checking the woods, keeping you safe. Made you something.
She's gonna look to Charlie and then you again and notices your eyes.
Eyes gives a reluctant shrug of what can you do about it, and will still approach.
Kind of in the like growling defensive state is still gonna be like, but she's not gonna move.
Right.
She's gonna let you do your thing and then back away.
He will approach the campfire, not her directly at this point, seeing how hesitant, reluctant, potentially fearful. And he will actually, can I try and pick up exactly what emotion she's feeling as she's backing away?
Roll perception empathy.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult for me.
Do you have empathy?
I do not have empathy.
Yeah, I need you to roll that at div 7 then, because you don't have empathy.
Makes sense.
Eyes in the dark. Empathy not capable. I don't know.
Hey, we got one.
She doesn't like the. It is very obvious that she thinks you're like worm tied, as is the stigma with your eyes.
Eyes understands. Yeah, that's something he's used to seeing then. That's just normal. Eyes approaches where she was sitting as she's backed away just a little bit, and he will put the bear on top of JB's jacket. I made this for you. I hope it brings you a sense of peace and an understanding that we are here with you, not against you.
She'll kind of stand. She'll kind of like. Yeah, she's taken the. She's taken the figure and she's going to kind of like stand up on her hind legs as you see some bears do. As she's just kind of like holding it in her paw, kind of close to her chest, and she's gonna walk away from you guys, and fully turning her back this time. And with this, after like a little bit, it kind of gets hard to tell where she is, even though it should be visible, but it's like your mind hurts to comprehend it.
I think she liked it.
I think she did, yeah. Good job, man.
That was very sweet, Eyes.
I have my moments. I'm learning. Mainly from you two.
All right, let's... Everyone is back in Hamid form, aren't they?
I believe all except you.
That's right, yeah, I'm in Glubro. Okay. Let's leave it for now.
We can't leave her alone for too long, Charlie.
She said she has a place to... She said she has a safe place to stay that we can't get to.
Yeah, but I've been her. The longer she's alone, the worse it's gonna get.
Okay, well, I don't think she's coming back to Winnie, so...
You could take my bed.
Having visits from Louis probably helps.
Yeah.
For now, it's probably the best we can do.
No, we have to find her kinfolk. Like, we don't have to bother her, but we have things we can do for her. We can't just leave her.
We will. But for now, we have a bit of a walk.
Where are we going next?
Well, we need to get back to Winnie. What time is it?
I'd say it's about, well, let's see, you left in the morning. You did the hike for, I think you guys might appreciate this, bitch Ashworth. Then you went out to find the bear. You found the bear. Well, you also brought others to find the bear. Then you found the bear. I'd say it's about midday right now, around 2 or 3 p.m.
Okay.
To get back to Winnie, it's from where you are, it's gonna take quite a while. If you're gonna stay in Hamid, Lupus would be quicker, probably cut it down to about 3-ish hours.
So let's gallop it back to Winnie. We're gonna go back across the water. We're gonna check out the construction site and figure out what resources we can use to find local bear populations. And then dinner's on me. Yeah.
Did I just hear we're racing back to Winnie? And Eyes will use a rage point to shift to Lupus and haul ass immediately.
You absolutely did. We'll see you there.
Is
about
everyone shifting to Lupus and running?
Yes. We'll do the long running thing.
I think JB's gonna walk for a while. She'll let them get ahead.
Okay.
JB's got some shit on her mind, so she's gonna take her time.
Eyes over Face Bear says that he's winning.
No shit.
Twice. When he realizes that JB's taking her time, he'll give her some distance, but he's gonna slow down and hang back.
Are you hoping to talk to her?
To JB?
Yes.
That will be up to JB. He's just making sure that she's not alone, even if she wants to be left alone.
Are you hiding, or is it being obvious?
Oh no, yeah, he'd be within eyesight.
Okay. Well, then this is all dependent on how JB wants to react to it, or not
JB
react.
just keeps her thoughts and her speech to herself. She's not gonna talk to anybody if they don't come up to talk to her first. She's got a lot on her mind, so she's sorting shit out in her head.
Okay. Takes a few hours for you guys to get back to Winnie, and a little bit longer for JB to arrive as well. Not too much longer though.
She looks thoroughly grumpy by the time she gets there from the fucking hike.
Did you stay Hamid for all of it?
The whole goddamn time.
Yeah, so twice.
Okay, never mind. So it does actually take quite a while to get there. for her to get there.
So twice and JB will be late. They definitely lost the race.
I think Eyes confidently won the race and is just waiting.
Yeah, between you and Charlie, I'm not even going to make you roll. It's not fair for Charlie.
Jesus, that's a little mean.
Yeah, it takes quite a while longer for JB and Twice to get to Winnie. And I take it you guys are gonna you're gonna go drive back to the original port and take the ferry back to the actual city.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a scene that Charlie and Eyes want to have before the other two arrive?
Yes. Because Charlie will eventually say over Facebook, you guys still walking to Twice and JB.
You ruined the joke.
Uh-oh.
Hey, spare.
Yeah, you said Facebook.
Oh, did I? Yeah, damn it. We'll fix it in post. It's fine. And say over Face Bear, hey, you guys still walking?
Yeah.
Okay. And Charlie will put out some camp chairs. Have a seat, Eyes. We're going to be here a bit.
Yeah, they're not able to keep up with us. It's okay. Might as well take a seat.
Yeah. So, what was your dream about?
My dream was good. It was about fire. Yeah. Not like fire, but, the fire. The one in all of us. And it told me that I'm on the right path, but I could be better. And so that's what I'm working towards. Something about balance.
Balancing.
Yeah.
But better at what?
Better at being me. Being. Said more. Being more.
No.
Said that the people, not people, the guru who raised me, dealt with me, taught me. No, they want one thing for me. The thing that I'm good at. The thing that I'm initially here to help you and the rest out with.
Sure.
And then kind of realize that just being a weapon every day, all day, doesn't always work. So, balance. Tool, not a weapon. Eventually, I'll learn how to be more than a tool.
Well, based on the way my uncles would talk about it, you're not a tool, Eyes.
What do you figure?
Well, when they used the word tool, they had a different meaning.
Dick, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that I am still a tool in some cases.
You're all right.
We'll get there. I'll be more.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
As I understand it, part of my job is, of course, to be the pack leader most of the time. Part of the job of an Aru, especially as he goes up in rank, is to be not just a warrior, but a leader in war.
Right. That's why so many of them Shadow Lords practice chess, right?
Probably. Here's the thing. I've met guys who play chess who talk about grand strategy kind of things. I don't know if that works for us. Because eventually we get pissed off and turn the board over because that fire is always there. And it's there no matter how old you are, how, quote unquote, wise you are. That fire is always there.
That's right. And all it takes is a spark to ignite it even bigger.
But someone who knows not just how to fight, but who to fight, who you should fight, who I should fight, who JB should fight. All of us have teeth and claws. We're not as much of a buzzsaw as you are, big guy, but we need someone to make not just you into a better warrior, but all of us into a better pack of warriors. I can't do that. I don't have that sort of education or training.
Perhaps that is the balance that I'm after, to not just wield the weapon and be the weapon, or teach others, just to make our pack better. Even things out.
I think if you broaden your thinking from how can I destroy the enemy to how can we defeat the enemy, I think you're going to learn things you never thought you could do.
Try it. Thank you, Charlie. You know a bit of my dream. What happened in yours?
Me and my past.
Yeah, just reliving memories?
Kind of.
My
Bear
dream
and I
had a
are-
message. Oh.
Bear and I don't necessarily see eye to eye on what happened or what it means.
Oh. Well, what does Bear think?
Well, you know how I got my name. Or do you? I don't know how much attention. I don't know how much attention you pay when people get to cracking jokes.
Cracking jokes I pay attention to. The long stories take more effort.
Yeah.
But I remember.
Well, and it goes back to some of the stuff we talked about in Chicago. I killed all those leeches. That didn't mean they weren't people. JB's protest notwithstanding.
Yes. And you have issues with killing them?
I sometimes wonder if it was necessary. My tribe. All right. Here's the story. Here's the story I haven't told anyone. First leech I killed. She took me back to her place. She had me under her mental hoodoo. I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world. She was so pretty, I was ready to cry. And, I was like 16. I was like full of hormones, and she could have blown in my ear out, of fallen right over. And then when she went to feed on me, that's when the fire came out. I don't remember much of what happened after that until I came to, and well, there was a mess.
Was that the first time for you?
It was my first real frenzy like that. It wasn't my first change, but it was my first frenzy like that. And so I remember shaking like it was cold. It wasn't cold. It was summer. It's summer in Minnesota, but it's still summer. I was shaking. I wanted to throw up everywhere. I grabbed everything I could find that looked like it was of value because I needed to tell my uncles, hey, this happened, and hey, I brought you this stuff so that maybe I could pay you off so you could help me cover it up. Help me. I don't know what I've done. I've clearly murdered this person, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know if the cops are going to get involved. And I was sick with it all. And I got back to where my uncles were staying. I show up, and I must have looked like I'd walked out of a horror movie, just covered in blood with this big duffel bag over my shoulder. I told them what happened. I was shaking, I was crying a little. And then they all started laughing and cheering like I had just done something heroic.
And you don't feel it was heroic, do you?
She couldn't have stopped me if she'd had a passel of silver knives on her bedstand. I was a werewolf in full frenzy, and she was not. There's no glory in that.
No.
Is there glory in killing something that can't really fight back?
No.
So there we are.
But that does not mean you've acted disgloriously.
I know. But everybody treated it like it was such a big fucking deal. And,
Had you killed any leeches before them?
No.
Was that your first kill?
Yeah.
Of something not an animal?
Yeah.
Did you love her?
That's a weird question.
Or do you think it was just her?
It was... Vampires can make you feel like you love them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not asking if she made you feel that way. I'm asking if you felt that way.
I felt like she was special. And that she thought I was special, and that meant something.
And
No, I don't. I wouldn't say I loved her.
I understand. But still, there was the spark, right? The hope.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to tell you it means something when someone looks at you and thinks you're special, do I?
No, you don't.
So Bear seems to think I have something to atone for, and I don't know if I do.
I don't think that you do. I understand, and I'm sure Bear has his reasons, but you did what you had to. You survived. Perhaps not at the best time, not at the best moment, but that fire protected you.
It did, but neither when I thought she was special, nor when I was tearing her apart was it ever really my choice. And I don't know how to feel about that either.
When you feel the darkness, the depressions, whatever, it's not your choice, is it either? It happens.
Yeah.
Life is that way. And so is death. We can worry about what we've done until we're in the grave, or further. Or we can learn from what we've done and try and make it better. You've got a good fire in you. Don't let its past haunt you.
We'll see if you feel that way. If it turns out we have to try and make peace with the leeches.
If we have to make peace with leeches, we're both in trouble.
I think you may be right there.
I'm sorry that you had bad dreams.
Well, waking life's not so bad. Crazy hibernating girl notwithstanding.
You've got a different crazy girl that's better.
I do it that.
Speaking
All right.
of, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go find us some food.
Okay. By the time the rest of your pack arrives, you will have had food. And by the time you guys get to the original port and on the ferry, it's dusk. Or very, very, very nearly night. There's still some very faint slivers of sun. And when you arrive, I mean, the air feels the same as when you arrived in the city yesterday. There do seem to be some people around that recognize you. You do see Kyle working again, Charlie. And as you begin driving around, keep noticing that there are a few people who look at the Winnebago strangely, and it's happening a little bit more often than you realize, or not than you realize. It happens more often than you think it should be.
Someone paint a "We're Ugly Americans" on the outside of Winnie and we didn't notice?
Did they have to?
Did you change your license plates?
I'll try and say sorry more often. I don't know.
Do you want me to say something?
Nah.
I don't feel like I'm up for a fucking confrontation.
I could do with one.
Let's go to the construction site. Going to the construction site after dark, I think there will be an opportunity there for someone to do something that will provoke something. I have faith, both in us and in the world.
That sounds good. Would it be a perception empathy to try to get an idea of what kind of expression they're looking at the van with? At the Winnebago with?
Yeah.
What difficulty would it be?
6 standard.
3 successes.
Okay. Either y'all smell like shit and it's emanating from Winnie, but people are kind of scrunching their noses as if it smells, and it's not happening to a lot of people. The scrunch up nose isn't happening to a lot of people, but there are a few key people that you're seeing as you're kind of making your way to the construction site who are this doesn't seem right. I don't think and you're kind of thinking to yourself, I don't think we smell like shit. I don't think I smell like shit.
Hey guys, we didn't leave the moose carcass rotting out on Winnie, did we? Because I'm pretty sure we didn't, but they're looking at us like we stink. Though it ain't everybody.
I don't think we did. Eyes will lift up an arm to sniff himself. It's not
That's
me.
weird.
You stink no different than usual.
What a way to put it.
Well, it seems like some people are noticing something, and they don't. I can't tell if they're uncomfortable or they don't like it.
Can
That's
I
probably-
peek through the gauntlet and have a look at Winnie? See if there's anything weird attached to it or whatever?
Yeah. It's gonna be diff 7.
Okay. 2 successes.
Winnie seems a slight bit more tuned to the wild at the moment. But you guys have been in nature near very, wild areas.
But that shouldn't be getting the kind of reaction that we are.
Did we forget to empty the chambers again?
Not unless these people are ghouls, mages, some sort of supernatural that is able to kind of smell out this. But I say, unless you're supernatural that can smell like this and aren't strong enough to actually do something about it. Does that make sense?
What are the chances every single one of the people who keep staring at us isn't a person in
To scare them off.
strictly human sense?
Well, we've been driving, so I ain't really been able to smell them, but
Let's not cause any more of a ruckus than we need to. And you know what? If we're giving off hey, we offend the walking blight, maybe they'll come down to the construction site and air their grievances.
God, I fucking hope so.
Let's go see what's happening at the site, then.
if anybody's at the site and reacts the same way, at least it'll point us at people to talk to, at the very least.
And I'm going to presume that a construction site doesn't operate at night. So those of you with talents for seeing in the dark, you're going to want to bring them up.
But you can't just do that?
Sounds good to me.
No, eyes, we cannot just do that.
Some of us do have to take extra steps.
Here I was thinking I was the defective one.
Say it again.
Vice is going to step out of whichever way between Eyes and anybody else there is.
Eyes twice has to put himself between JB and Eyes because JB's clearly in a bad mood.
No, he's moving out of the way because he doesn't want to get hit by the splash.
None of us here are defective. Everyone here is hopefully going to have a chance to vent their anger on someone who isn't a family member. So we can just hold it together for a little while longer.
A few more minutes.
I'm going to find somewhere I can step over. If we're going to a place that was worm tainted, someone should be on the other side to see what we're looking at.
If you want.
I'm good.
I'll just use my wonderful eyes and look around.
I would like to utilize Between the Cracks to look for a place where the gauntlet is thinnest.
Okay. You're in the city. That's a bit difficult.
Well, that's what Between the Cracks is for. It is to be used in a city. That's the point.
Okay.
Urban Blight is the very underbelly of the worm, and the Bone Gnawers know it better than any other tribe. The werewolf's instincts guide him to the nearest barren spot within an urban area, a place where no human has set foot in at least a week. One which is not only isolated and currently unoccupied, but also likely to remain so for the rest of the night. Bone Gnawers typically use it to find ritual spaces, set up ambushes, that sort of thing.
Okay. Sorry, my impression was that you were using it to try to find a place where it's a bit lower.
I mean, that's why it's not. That's why there's nothing there. That usually lowers the gauntlet.
Yeah. It's slightly out of the way. But you are able to find another spot within.
You don't want me to roll? There's typically a roll, so...
No, I don't need you to roll on that.
Okay. I'll just spend the willpower. Then.
Yeah, just spend the willpower. It's also what's it streetwise. I think you could easily steamroll it.
That's fair.
You are able to find a place. It's about 5 blocks away.
That's okay.
It's gonna take It's gonna take a bit of time, but you're able to find the spot. The difficulty of the gauntlet, sadly for you, isn't going to be like much lower, as this is still the city, but it's lower to a standard difficulty of 6, where the rest of the city is still 7 to 8 is roughly where the rest of the city is.
That is fine. Remind me how to roll to activate a fetish. Is it your
you roll your gnosis, permanent gnosis.
Okay.
You can spend
gnosis versus the level of the fetish, or am I just rolling versus standard?
Versus the level.
Okay.
And you just need a success.
I am activating my mirror shades. And I fail.
You can still spend the gnosis.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Spirit Insight is a bit displeased, but we'll take the gnosis.
JB's not entirely on her game today. She's having a rough day.
She is having a rough day.
She'll be like, fine, just take the fucking gnosis. And slide her mirror shades on. And will attempt to step over or step sideways.
All right.
What's the gauntlet?
6.
So it's down to a 4 if I have my shades on, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That is not the roll I need. This is the roll I need.
Permanent gnosis.
Oh, yeah, no, I almost inverted my numbers. I almost rolled 4 dice on a difficulty of 7 rather than 7 dice on a difficulty of 4.
Oh, that would be very bad.
5 successes. All right, JB is home. This is what she's good at.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. I'm assuming the pack drops you off. They go to the construction site. You go there yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
And when we pop out of the Winnebago, Charlie will you spend a point of gnosis to switch his eyeballs over to infrared.
Okie dokes. I feel like that's how you spell that word, but yeah. As a note to myself. Yeah,
Oh, and-
you. Oh,
Is the sun down now?
yes.
Is the moon out?
Yes. Are you gonna howl?
Howl away.
Is anybody else howling?
I'll join him.
No, Ice is gonna stay quiet.
Could I have done that before I stepped over?
Yeah, I'll yeah.
Okay.
All right. You howl. You activate your. You activate your infrared.
I'm also
You-
bringing my. I'm bringing my pistol. It's loaded with normal rounds right now.
Normals. Okay. You notice there are a few warm bodies in the construction area, and the only reason you notice is because there's that like slight difference in color.
No, someone's working, or at least someone's here.
We'll
There
make
is
sure they take a
also-
break.
There's also something in the ground emanating heat.
There's some sort of heat signature coming from the ground as well. And Charlie will say all of this over face bear. So watch your step.
Understood.
As for the scene in the Umbra, it feels thick. Just walking, the closer you get to the construction site, the thicker it feels. It's not impeding anything, but it feels thick. Kind of, I mean, you know, you as a person, you know, there's a difference between, you know, walking in a humid area and not.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this just feels thick.
Yep.
Okay. And there are these bits of machinery. It feels, and the presence of the Weaver is very strong here. There are webs all over the ground as you arrive to like the same area that your pack is in.
Well, the Weaver's got marks everywhere over here. Just stepping. I'm gonna end up stepping on webs.
If you need any backup, let us know.
I'm fine. I'm not afraid of spirits.
Eyes, lay off a little and keep to the shadows.
Understood.
Twice and I'll go see what's what with these guys, and if they respond badly, then you can pop out and surprise them.
I would be happy to.
Thought you might. And I should note, Charlie is in Glabro form.
Okay.
Weiss is in Hamid. He's got his iron hammer with him, but it's in his toolbox because, it's a construction site. If anybody has any weird questions, he wants to be able to try to lie.
Okay. Try is the key word there. You begin walking, and JB, you're peering through the other side, if you would like, to kind of like keep track and move along with your group.
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of constantly looking for places where there's where there might be a reflective surface nearby, just in case.
Yeah. There is the obvious hole in the ground of where the pit is. There are also 3 things that you can't quite identify because they don't look like any spirits you know.
Are they like up and active, or?
It's hard to tell. They look like they're watching over something, but they're not all watching the same thing. It's like they're looking over the shoulder of a person.
But there's no people for them to look over?
Not that you can see. When you are peering through, you do see that there's kind of like this wall that's in the way that you would assume that the pattern spiders are probably going to be working on pretty soon to like kind of construct or build back up.
Hey, I've got 3 weird, I don't know, spirit-esque things. I've never seen anything like these, but they look like they're looking over the shoulders of somebody, but there's nobody here. I don't know if there's somebody on that side.
How many people you see, Charlie?
ST, how many do I
3.
see?
You saw 3 earlier.
I think I have their corollaries in sight. Let's see what all the hubbub is.
Pattern spiders haven't gotten to the walls that are separating them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I think, unless there's any other final words, we will pick this up next week. Thank you for listening to Under a Blood Red Moon, a Werewolf the Apocalypse actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Vironz. Junkyard-Bitch is played by Bloodied Porcelain, Fang-Banger by Bookkeeper, Eyes in the Dark by Gavin Cash, Twice Lived by Arinoth. Our intro music is Astral Body by Ace. Our art is by Altior, or DEOBU0400. Editing is by Termite.